LDBC. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Combat Sports Show Live. Well, folks, the main event has been concluded, and at the conclusion of this video, I am going to go on live, and we're going to just discuss some of the fights on the card. Be interesting live stream, so come join me. Folks, you know, this fight went exactly as I thought it would go. This fight went exactly as I thought. I knew that Sarah Kaufman was much too strong for Pannie Kianzad. Pannie, you know, has some good skill set, some good tools in the toolbox, but it was too much Sarah Kaufman. And Sarah Kaufman kept the relentless pressure. She kept cutting off the octagon, coming straight ahead, throwing punches. And Sarah Kaufman did it very intelligently. You know, I've seen some new wrinkles in Sarah's game, which definitely, man. I mean, but Sarah really wanted to keep this fight standing. Sarah could have took it to the ground. And, you know, one of the announcers kept saying, well, you know, Pannie Kianzad is very good on the ground. And I'm like, Sarah Kaufman is better on the ground. And I was arguing with one of my buddies, man. You know, we watch these fights, and nah, man, you know, Pannie gonna beat Sarah. I said, bruh, look, this the same Sarah Kaufman that was in there with Valentina Shevchenko, okay? This the same Sarah Kaufman that fought Ronda Rousey. I mean, Sarah Kaufman, there was nothing that Pannie Kianzad was gonna show Sarah that she hadn't already seen. Sarah done been in with, like, some of the top fighters in the world, man. She done fought them, and she done beat a lot of top fighters in the world. Like, why? It seemed like the Invicta Corporation as a whole, it just seemed like they didn't really think Sarah can pull this off, you know? And I'm like, man. Yeah, because, you know, from the way they were announcing it, you know, it was a pro-Pannie announcement panel. I'm like, what they think, Sarah Kaufman is trash? You know, Julie Kedzie, I don't know, Julie, I think she's smoking weed. I think Julie, no, Julie ain't smoking. I think Julie doing some opioids, man. Because it's almost like, what fight is Julie Kedzie looking at, y'all? What fight is Julie Kedzie looking at? I don't get it. Is it first round she was saying that Pannie was doing all this work, and I'm like, Sarah Kaufman is beating the hell out of Pannie Kianzad. It wasn't even close, man. But then, you know, finally, Julie came to her senses, or, you know, I guess the drugs wore off, and she started actually seeing the fight for what it was, man. This was complete domination by Sarah Kaufman. Complete domination. Now, you know, one thing I take out of this, though, Sarah, she definitely got to start moving that head, because a top-level striker, man, they going to catch up, man. And somebody who can crack, that's not good. You know, and I was like, Sarah a little bit too reckless, man. You know, she coming in, she cutting off the octagon with a lot of good, intelligent pressure, man. I mean, what Sarah did was ingenious, man. It was great. But she got to move that head, man. She got to slip some of them punches, because, I mean, you get some of these bantamweights that can put it down. They gonna hit you, and, you know, you gonna bag up. That's what's gonna happen. But, you know, Pannie Kianzad, how you miss weight? This another person who missing weight. You missing weight, and girl, you got beat up, you got your ass whooped. You know, but it is what it is. You know, Pannie, you know, got some skills, man. But I actually think Pannie, to be honest, I think she's too small to be a bantamweight. And, you know, she really need to get, you know, her nutritionist or whoever in order. Pannie really is a flyweight to me. I think she's a flyweight, because I just think some of the girls, you know, I just think they too big. Like, I think Tanya Evinger was too strong for her. I think, you know, Sarah Kaufman, I think she was just too strong, and she couldn't handle that strength advantage. Even in the clinch, Sarah Kaufman was brutalizing this girl in the clinch, man. And then, you know, Sarah took her to the ground, and then Sarah was, you know, brutalizing and beating on her and all kind of stuff while she was on the ground. I'm like, man, I knew it, man. You know, and I said, Pannie gonna spend most of this fight backing up and throwing punches, trying to get Sarah to walk into something. And Sarah didn't walk in anything. I think she caught Sarah with a good right hook that got Sarah's attention. But for the most part, Pannie's punches and kicks, Sarah just kind of looked at those, and they were like pillows, man. I mean, she couldn't hurt Sarah. She never got Sarah's respect. So Sarah just kept walking her down and ended the fight. Well, didn't end the fight, but, you know, closed the distance and dominated this fight. This was a good win by Sarah Kaufman. And another thing, I think I might need to put Sarah Kaufman on the no-love list. How does Sarah Kaufman get cut from the UFC? And she only had 2 losses. And the losses came from 2 credible. I mean, she lost to Valentina Shevchenko. And I can't remember who else she lost to off the top of my head while she was in the UFC. I mean, I know she lost to Ronda Rousey, but she wasn't in the UFC. They wasn't in the UFC then when she lost to Ronda. But, you know, how did she get out? How did she get put? I know she had a no contest with Jessica I remember that. There's a no contest. But how did she get removed from the UFC, man, after only 2 really losses on her resume? Like, come on, man. Come on. The UFC was stupid. They probably had an axe to grind with Sarah Kaufman. They probably did, man. And, you know, and Sarah don't have the look. You know, Sarah don't look like a model. You know, she don't look like a beauty queen or a model. Sarah just coming at a fight, man. You know, Sarah ain't got time for all that stuff. Sarah just want to fight. But I think it really was unfair that she unceremoniously got put out because of those losses. You know, like, it's like Sarah was like in a no-win situation. But, you know, I think Sarah could go into the UFC, fight in the bantamweight division, and compete with anybody there. I mean, she fought a good fight against Valentina Shevchenko. I think Shevchenko did more work. I think the fight was a lot wider margin, but, you know, she did some good things in that fight versus Valentina as well. She did some good things. And she made Valentina have to make a lot of adjustments. Sarah Kaufman is a phenomenal fighter. She's a good fighter. Okay, there's nothing else to it. Sarah's a good fighter. And Sarah, to me, I think she's going to be the Invicta champion. I think Sarah Kaufman is going to take that belt. And that, folks, that's just the way that is. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harris. And I'm done. What are you guys waiting on? Subscribe to the best women's MMA platform